It's time! Stripes, Cincinnati, we gon' rise in in the jungle, we unite in tripping orange and black and white. Whole day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move, I can stripes. Now who wanna move, crossing on? Now who wanna move out on? If you got stripes, and you let the city know you rock them. Yeah, we got them, yeah, we fought them. Like that black and orange up on them. Bingo bottle, never stop it. So the beast and know them. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes, flossing on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen. We gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite in
Welcome to another episode of Bengals and Brews with a new intro. Well, just a little bit different. I can see I had to slide in the mustache ride shirt.
I know, that's what I was laughing about. Like when you had Brad Robbins on there and the mustache ride shirt popped up.
Yeah, I was looking through some of those clips and I love it. He's like, his reaction's still pretty funny.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm just a big dumb animal.
Yeah. I was
I tell fucking Corey Dillon, fuck you, Corey Dillon. Brad Robbins, I make him a fucking t-shirt talking about mustache rides. Man, the fuck is wrong with me?
I don't know, but that's why we love you.
I am the most vulgar man on YouTube. Don't forget.
Yeah, you're gonna get me fired from my job, probably.
I know you're gonna get fired from here.
But you were pretty vulgar, but that other guy that was on there, like, yeah, unacceptable that you would.
Right. This does.
You would associate with that.
This does not follow the performance standards we expect from you, Mr. Altman.
No, it does scare me though, because I seen a guy the other day is on TikTok, and I guess he streams like himself playing video games, and he got fired. He's a teacher.
Oh shit! We better
just never know, man.
Better fucking clean it up, man.
Yeah, like coming with the
hi.
Hello.
I am here with my friend Dale Altman, who is a scholar and a gentleman, and I've done my best to also join him in his scholarly efforts. As
we are sponsored by a classy 50 West brewery. We don't condone drinking, but we
were forced.
If you would like to have a beer and do not drink and drive,
exactly,
be proper at all times.
If you are planning on staying home,
if
you have the next day off of work and you must not drive, please enjoy one refreshing 12-ounce 50 West beer responsibly.
You got to carry it. It's Bengals and bourbon calling. I got to get this scoop about this trade that's coming down.
Oh shit! Go ahead. I'll talk about completely nothing because I'm not sure what I'm talking about, but I will talk about the chat. I know you already put some up, but we appreciate everybody coming in. Matt, how's it going, Chop? Matt again, how's it going, Chop? And Tyler, what's he say here? Oh, hey, didn't think he'd be able to join the show, but he got his break. And Ross. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. And then the NFL basically came out and said that there were bad calls in that Cleveland game. So what the fuck do? You can't reverse it, right? You can't take it back. You can't make them replay the game. The NFL just says, hey, Indianapolis, sorry, bad officiating cost you the game. How the fuck do you do that?
Yeah. Now, this is the big question. I think, Darth, I think you're going too. And
fuck
Jeff.
that
guy. But yeah, Greg, he had to get all done up. That's why he's not on the show. Like he said,
right.
His nails done, his hair did, the little bit of hair he has, or he's got to get all dressed up. Because there's an event where Yosevich is going to be. I don't know exactly where the event's at. Darth maybe could. I don't pay attention, but
it's going to be in Greg's backyard soon as Yoshi meets him.
And then Matt's trying to get this started for everybody, so you need to start a campaign about bringing Hayden Hurst back. He would love to come back, is the rumor on the street. But we don't know that for sure. But we need a tight end.
Fuck right. Hey, Who wouldn't want to have Hayden Hurst back? Do you know what kind of energy that would bring? I mean, first of all, it's not going to happen.
Well, we never hardly make trades.
But a boy can dream, right? So the juice that would pump into the Paycor Stadium, man, if fucking Hayden Hurst came back, man, I loved him. You loved him. Everybody else loved him. So.
See, the rumor is that he wants to come back.
What kind of rumor is that, Matt? What do you base that on?
Hey, it's a legit rumor. I can back up his source.
Yes.
Varsity Sports Bar in Anderson it's Dave Lapham and Dan Horde doing a interview with Joseph, and then Greg's hoping to, get him to sign his chest.
Well, Greg got a pedicure for this. It's his first pedicure because he's always wearing them sandals with them fucking toes out.
Yeah. And
you're right.
Here is Arrow, so he's going to be on here, and he wants to talk more about trades. But right now, we're currently talking about
Greg
Hayden Hurst trade deadline. Well, Greg, we're talking about Greg.
Talking about Greg and Hayden Hurst.
Yeah.
Trade deadline is Tuesday next week, October 31st, 4 p.m.
What the fuck is that? Is there a ghost in there, Derek?
Man, I'm having technical difficulties right now. I don't know what the hell is going on. Do I sound all right, or?
You sound okay, but every once in a while there's a ghost going, woo, woo.
Oh, that was the truck that just went by.
It's what?
That was somebody's Duramax that went by.
Yeah, that was a Duramax. Nah, buddy, That's a ghost in your fucking truck.
No, it sounds like those things, that they give kids to play, and they're so annoying that they try to bring them home then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Those whistles?
Yeah, the whistle type thing. That's what it reminded me of. Charles said we need P Ryan back too. Then Chris got an outside the box trade idea. Get Garrett Bradbury from Minnesota and move Ted to left guard. I mean, that's not bad. There's also a guy that's rumored to potentially be on the block that could keep Ted at center, and that's a guy Derek likes.
Put your seatbelt on, Derek. Shut the
door. I just put it on. You sound like my kids. They're always, every time, Dad, put your seatbelt on.
It's against the law, goddammit.
Yeah.
But
I hadn't even made it out of the parking lot yet.
Onwenu is the left guard from the Patriots. So, Derek, that's the guy you mentioned. What's your thoughts on bringing him in? That's a guy probably on a rookie deal still, probably not getting paid a whole lot of money. But
I think
Bolson.
Yeah, I think he's one of those guys that the Patriots, I think he played center for him. But last year in 2020, either 2021 or 2022, he played left guard, and if I'm remembering correctly, he played. Did he make the Pro Bowl?
I'm thinking he might have. I know he was grading out really well at left guard when he played left guard.
Yeah, but I mean, if you can late round pick guy, get him and let him compete, man. I mean, what's the harm? I'm not really one for saying replace Bolson, but if he's not panning out, man, you can't just. The definition of insanity, right?
Yeah.
Well, you're only as good as your weakest link. Isn't that what they say?
Yeah, Paul Daner, no donkeys.
And, Dave Lapham says it's five fingers coming together to make a fist, but if one of your fingers is fucking broken, man, that punch is going to hurt.
Yep.
Yeah, and with Volson, to me, he's a good run blocker. The problem is we don't run the ball enough. We're a passing team. Now, there's reports that Burrow's under center more, so maybe we're going to try to run the ball more, or we're just practicing under center more because there's times we're going to have to use some under center for these short yardage and when you get down in the goal line situations, because right now we're just inefficient when it comes to those things. So I think we're going to have to mix it in more just for that, but I still think we're going to be a passing team. We're always going to be a passing team with Joe Burrow.
Yeah, Folson's like a plexiglass eater. Not a whole one glass eater. He's plexiglass eater.
He's like that sugar glass they use on TV, right?
Well, that sounds tasty.
No, he's not that bad.
No. And you know what, though, man? I'm going to give you my prediction on what percentage of me thinks that they're going to move on and even consider a new left tackle. 0.
Left guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, left guard. I'm sorry. 0. Well, left tackle also. They're going to keep Zeus on left tackle too.
Now, I did see on Twitter, Bengals captain, he said a few years back when we got Quentin Spain, he said, hey, the Bengals are interested, and then they did bring him in. Now, he says again, the Bengals are interested. He said they don't know if that means this deal will get done or whatever, but apparently there is interest. I don't know who his source is or where he's hearing that from, but I don't really know Bengals captain is one to just say shit to say shit, you know. I mean, he's never done that to my knowledge, so I don't think he'd just start now. So to me, that means they're at least inquired. Now, I did see something that said the Patriots may want a 4th-round pick. It may be as simple as the Bengals called and said, hey, what do you want for this guy? We'll give you a 7th, or we'll give you a pick swap, you know, of 7th-rounders or 6th, or, you know, 6th, 7th round. And they said, we want a 4th-rounder. And it was like, and that's it.
Right?
Who knows? But what would you guys give up?
Is that guy worth a 4th-round pick?
I don't think the Bengals would value anybody on the trade market. That's just how the Bengals operate.
At this point, I give him a 6 or a 7.
See, and the is when if you try to think of it as would the Bengals do this, it's, you know, Paul Dehner said that Duke Tobin told him one time, you know, don't think them as 3rd-round picks, 4th-round picks, 5th-round picks. Think of them as, you know, who do we get? Chase Brown. Think of them as, you know, think of them as the players that we've got. But even Paul said, okay, but what about all those picks that we wasted on people that didn't pan out in those same draft ranges?
Yeah. If you're going up the 4th round, you're looking at this year. That was Chuck Sizzle. You're looking at past years where you've had, you know, the big one that you had in the past was Geno Atkins. You're not going to nail a Geno Atkins every year in the 4th round, obviously.
Exactly.
But, I mean, they've hit, they've missed. Like, who was the one guy? He's been a solid D tackle, but I know I was pumped about him. It was like Tyler Shelvin's another one. He missed, but the other D tackle, Billings from Baylor back in the day, who I just thought was going to be incredible. He had some 1st-round grades on him. That guy goes.
Josh Tupou.
Tupou's undrafted.
Oh, was he? Dang, he's pretty. I thought he was a mid to late rounder, but
no, Tupou was one of the undrafteds. But we had like Billings, and we've had like Pat Stemms, names like that. So, you know, just to toss some out there. I mean, would you trade a starting left guard? And that's the thing. When you push your chips in, you're saying, hey, we're going for it. If you really think that's the difference between a Super Bowl or not, and that's what you got to determine. And I don't know if that would be or not. I mean, that's tough. I like the guy, but then again, I don't know. Patriots have been known to be pretty good with some of their players. Then when their players go elsewhere, like a Trent Brown, then they don't play as well in other places.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But there have also been guys like Ted Karras, you know.
And Ted's played with this
now,
guy.
Granted, he was. Yeah.
Also, as far as I want to say, we were talking about moving Ted Karras to left guard too. I don't think that's going to happen because Ted calls out the, he calls out the line.
Calls out the protection. He calls out the worked with Joe for
he's really good at
3 years or 2 years.
And he's got continuity with Joe fucking snapping the ball to Joe. So I don't think that's going to happen at all.
And I think he's just happy playing center. I think they've got a lot of faith in him. But I get it. Like if you're trying to upgrade talent, it's kind of like what we did. We brought in Zeus, we moved Jonah Williams, and look how that move worked out both ways. We upgraded
is LC
2 spots.
Ready to go? Is LC ready to go yet?
He's not coming back.
I don't think so either, man. But if he's still out there and nobody's claimed him, why not offer him something?
They would have kept him, I think. I don't know. It's one of those things, man. They know what they have in him.
I'm just saying, Ross ain't wrong, man. I've been saying our destiny year's next year.
Now here's one thing I buy in. Yeah.
What?
Now I heard this on Locked On today when they were talking this kind of stuff. Me?
Go ahead.
What am I doing? No, I was just going to say I heard this on Locked On today. What would you guys? Because I don't think we need to just be buyers. Like I could potentially see us like, what would you guys want in return for a Jackson Carman? Like if because I can see a team like Atlanta being enamored with his run blocking. I think it would just be a really good fit for a team like Atlanta right now.
Oh, I got a good idea for Atlanta. If they're going to trade us, I think we'll maybe how about Kyle Pitts? We'll take Kyle Pitts and they can have fucking Jackson Carman. That sounds even.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't. They're never going to get rid of him.
Realistically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean like a player
you take a 6th-round pick. You take a 6th-round pick. 6th, 7th-round pick. Honestly, because he's not even active most weeks. And you saw they put in Cody Ford over him when they had an injury. They have no faith in him. They have no faith in him playing. So, I mean, you recoup anything at this point for him, in my opinion. But for whatever reason, they've held on to him this long because I would have already wanted to get rid of him.
Yeah. See, I was going to say, could you get a Cordell Patterson? I should be. Am I not?
I don't know.
No, we can just hear your windows down or something.
Let me go back out and come back in and see if that'll help.
All right. You
guys talk amongst yourselves. Cordell Patterson.
Cordell Patterson.
Cordero. He's a running back for Atlanta. Return
He's been
guy
for a long time, hasn't he?
Yeah. I don't see it happening. Like, I think if they were to go running back, I think it would be Samaje. I wrote down some other names that have been tossed out there too that are potential trade guys. A.J. Dillon, Antonio Gibson, Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry. But the money, I don't know what the money he's owed, but I'm sure it's a lot still. And then P. Ryan. To me, it's still the Bengals, if they were going to trade and make a move, and we know they usually don't, but if they were going to trade and make a move, I think it would be P. Ryan. I think they would go with more familiar than any of these other running backs.
Dalvin Cook, he just signed with New York, didn't he?
Yeah, but Breece Hall, I never understood why they brought him in anyways.
I put him on my goddamn fantasy team. He don't even get a point every week.
Yeah, apparently he's looking to get out of there. Which there's some other players too that are looking to move on. A guy, which I don't think teams will move on from him, but like a guy like Pat Surtain, would you guys give up a high round draft pick for a guy like that?
They're going to want a first for him. The Bengals are not going to give up a first round pick, especially after they've invested in CTB and DJ Turner in the 2nd round in the previous 2 years. Like, would I personally love to have Patrick Surtain on the Bengals and be like, damn, we got studs everywhere? But the only thing is, like, someone's getting pushed out of the rotation this year. And then, injuries happen, but it's just hard to spend that for that position. I don't know. If it's me and I'm making a trade, I would even look at D tackle. I've seen Danico Autry's name out there from the Titans. I mean, people say Jeffrey Simmons. Jeffrey Simmons is not going anywhere.
Yeah. A guy like Danielle Hunter.
Yeah, he makes an awful lot of money though too. Like, I'm trying to look at guys that aren't like, and that's he's a defensive end. I mean, we already can't get Miles Murphy snaps and Joseph Osai snaps at times. So
what's our cap space right now?
We've got the 2nd highest cap space. I'm not sure exactly
how much is it. If we're talking trades and how much, because we're going to have to pay contract. Like, let's say that we got Hayden Hurst back. He got a $7 million contract every year.
Well, that would be retro.
I think we're paying Irv Smith like $1 million something, aren't we?
The article I saw today said Hayden Hurst the rest of the year for this year, you'd pay him $1 million. If you're just paying him $1 million the rest of the year, the Bengals should have that. And I mean, they have cap space, but you know how they like to roll over money for their extensions. They do it every year. They roll over $10 million, and then we don't know where that money really goes because I don't.
Dale, you need to use those contacts and call Kathy and get it done. Tell Kathy we need to get him here in Cincinnati.
Who, Hayden? I mean, I just hope if he wants to come back, he'd reach out to Burrow. And, Burrow, you tell Burrow, hey, I want to come back, and Burrow wants you back. Right. I think you come – if you're willing – that's the thing. He's got to be willing to restructure the other years of his contract too.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
that's first and foremost.
Let's be honest here. The way Joe Burrow is throwing to the tight ends this year, you can't tell me he wouldn't be like, let's get it done. Because he's not even looking at these guys right now. I mean, you've seen there's been some snaps where Mitch Wilcox is wide open and he's just not even looking their way.
But then it's like, why don't we just call back up the guy who he did seem to go to a couple times in Tanner Hudson?
There you go.
And, you're not spending the big amounts of money on these guys.
Yeah,
or
we got
you're
the
not
guy
giving
already.
up any capital. He's here.
We already got the guy on the roster.
Some other names that I mentioned is like Mike Gesicki, who signed a 1-year deal, which once again, I don't know how much money's left on that deal because that was like a $10 million deal.
Yeah.
Hunter Henry has big money on his deal, but both of those Patriots tight ends could be available. And then Mo Alley-Cox's name was floated out there from Indianapolis, a name we talked about in the offseason. I still think, once again, kind of like with the running backs, I think if they would go to get one, it would be one with familiarity, and it would probably be Hayden Hurst if they could work out the money situation.
I tell you what, man, that would be exciting.
Yeah, like somebody said, imagine him coming out. I think it was Matt. Imagine him coming out of the tunnel for the Bills game.
If for some reason they do that shit, I guarantee he's the last one that comes out of the tunnel, and the fucking place will blow up.
Well, Joe Burrow's the last one to come out of the tunnel when they do.
Not that day, it won't be. If they bring Hayden Hurst back, I bet you anything he comes out last. And
Derek won't even be there.
What is it?
I'm saying like I'll need a screen protector on my TV.
They won't even probably show it on the TV though, so you better hope I remember to record it and get in early enough.
Yeah, there you go.
Which I never do. You
never do. It don't matter how hard I try.
Yeah, Derek's like 2 hours prior, like, we should go in now. I'm like, here in a little bit. Which, hey, it wouldn't matter what I said, but Sarah never wants to go in early.
Never wants to.
Which they don't watch the game anyway, so.
Yeah.
Right. If they don't watch the game, they certainly don't want to go in and watch the practice.
Yeah, they're like, oh, there's a game today?
But yeah, I don't have any other trade targets. Like, we kind of went through them. Like, I went through the list of running backs when you reset, which it does sound way, way better. And I went through the tight ends, like, and Onwenu, man, that would be an interesting to me, though. I like the idea of solidifying the line if he didn't cost too much in draft capital to get here. Or you just said, hey, you want to experiment with Jackson Carman? We'll trade you straight up.
There you go.
You add a lineman and detract a lineman from your team in the same trade. There you go.
Hey, sometimes they just need a change of scenery, right?
Yep.
Yeah, right. Jackson Carman's going to go somewhere else and ball out, most likely.
But I mean, that would be a fun deal, for us especially.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Bill Belichick, listen, I know you're watching right now because you do everything you can to try to gain an edge. Jackson Carman, he's a hell of a practice guy. He does everything you ask him to do.
Right.
He goes out there. He works hard. He's got that New England mindset, that Patriot way, all over him.
He's a Patriots guy.
He's a winner.
Why he hasn't worked out here. He's a Patriots guy.
Guy's a winner.
Yeah.
Patriots guy.
He's a guy.
Yeah. But all right, so we'll get into previewing the Niners. Now the big topic's been like, okay, they lost again Monday night. They're going to be pissed off. Yeah. They're going to be angry. They're going to be looking for a win at home. Their bye week comes the week after. I think both things are true because we're coming off our bye week. We're going to want to win too. It's the NFL. Yeah. Everybody wants to win, right? But you can't ignore that the 49ers have struggled some. 2 straight losses, 1 to Cleveland, which Cleveland's been a good defense. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
Been a great defense. I still don't know what in the world they are on offense. And they got bailed out by the refs. We all know that. But their defense
Didn't Minshew just put up like 38? Didn't Minshew put up 38 points on them, though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Their good defense that a backup quarterback in Indianapolis scored 38 points on.
Yeah, but Myles Garrett, man.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. They're good defense, but still, Indianapolis found a way to put 38 up.
That's Minshew Mania, man. Put some respect on his name.
Right?
Yeah.
Minshew Mania.
You got the jean shorts and the beautiful, luscious locks.
Yeah, looking like fucking Joe Dirt.
Okay. Yeah. Man, Ronald always comes in here and gives me the breaking news when I don't have it yet. Brock Purdy is in concussion protocol on top of it.
Oh.
Well, so that means Sam Darnold or Brandon Allen potentially would be starting quarterback.
No. Could we have
that game.
Revenge game?
Hold on one
Brandon
second.
Allen revenge game?
Yeah.
What's he getting revenge for? He got 2 or 3 years of paychecks from the Bengals when he's not good enough to be on a roster, in my opinion.
Now, I will say this.
Um,
all year this year, if you're in concussion protocol, you're missing a game.
Is that not really right? Wasn't like CTB and different people? And they didn't miss.
Were they?
I thought so.
Okay. Well, I just know all the other teams that I've noticed. I forgot about CTB. That was the one I forgot about. But it seems like if they're in concussion protocol, they're missing the next week. And one other thing you got to think about is they played Monday night. So,
yeah,
when
they played Monday,
protocol,
and they have a bye week the following week. That's 2 things there that could lean toward keeping him out.
And plus, per the protocol rules, like you have a day of I forget how the protocol works exactly, but you have to have like a day of limited, and if you pass all the things there, then you have a day of full, and if you pass all the things there, then you have I can't remember exactly how it all goes, but there's several steps that he has to go through in a limited amount of time.
Now, one thing he does have working for him at least is that they are home, so they don't have to travel, because that could be another hurdle to have to pass. Either way, he didn't look, I know that he's had some good games, and some people were calling him a top 5 quarterback a couple weeks ago, some national guys, and then they have not looked good since then. He didn't play that good the other night. I think our defense could handle him, but, I mean, put any of them in there. The quarterback's not what makes that team go.
No.
It's the weapons they have. It's the George Kittles. It's the Christian McCaffrey.
Yep.
Clearly Christian McCaffrey. This man has 598 rushing yards, 8 rushing touchdowns. What do we have, Derek, as a team? One rushing touchdown as a team. This man has 600 yards, 8 touchdowns, another 230 receiving yards, and another 3 touchdowns receiving. That is a one-man wrecking crew right there.
Yes, it is.
16 games straight with a rushing touchdown.
Somebody, my buddy, that fucking idiot Tyler Kelly, the Steelers fan, he told me that there was a thing that, like, if you would have started at the beginning of Christian McCaffrey's thing and you bet $10 and you just kept it rolling every week on guaranteed one touchdown. Yeah,
yep.
Like he told me this astronomical amount of money. If you just rolled that $10 every week. Crazy amount of money. Derek, yeah. Like thousands and thousands of dollars.
And
I bet Christian McCaffrey anytime touchdown last week, but I had it parlayed with 49ers win. So wah, wah, wah.
I also did. And wah, 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 wah.
No wonder they lost. If you two jackets
bet on them. If I bet it ain't gonna win.
Why don't you two bet on them again this week?
I haven't won one yet.
No, I can't bet against my Bengals.
Oh man, here I spoke this motherfucker into fruition. Here you go. $100 every week and roll over the profit. You'd have $400,000 after 16 games.
Golly,
that'd be nice.
And you got to believe that because Tyler Kelly's a mathematician, if anything. He's from fucking. This is the Fresh Prince of Reading, Ohio.
Hey, speaking of Steelers, did you guys see that Ravens hat with the Steelers on it?
No,
you didn't see it. So this one guy bought his son a Ravens hat from the pro shop, and it has like the Ravens logo, and underneath it in like smoked letters, it says Steelers on it. I'm like, how the hell are you gonna miss that?
He bought it at the pro shop.
He bought it online from the pro shop.
That's still pretty messed up.
Yeah,
from the team's pro shop. I mean,
that right there is what we call messed up.
Right, that is messed up.
It was messed up for sure. But McCaffrey, obviously huge weapon. Deebo Samuel, another weapon, will be out again this week. So they didn't have him this past game. They're not going to have him again. But Brandon Ayuk has been receiver one for them. 511 yards, just 2 touchdowns, but that's been their go-to guy. So he's having a great year. And then obviously George Kittle, you can't sleep on him. He's a great blocker, and he tore us up last time we played him. Yeah. I don't remember. He went for like over 150, didn't he?
Yeah, he went for a lot. That was the year we was like man, no tight ends can do shit against us, and then George Kittle comes.
Yeah, and dominated. So, and then obviously their defense. The defense is somewhat down, but like overall, their offense is second overall in the league, still in points per game, 28.7. Their defense third overall, and for the opponent side, giving up only 15.6. But that's some early blowouts in there because, like we said, they've lost the last couple games, and their weakness, really, to me, which is our strength, they're 16th in passing yards, so 223.6 per game. And we just saw that Jordan Addison was able to have a monster game against that secondary, and that's without Justin Jefferson in that Vikings game. So really hoping that I think we're going to come out and throw the ball as we should, because they've still got some studs up front. I mean, they got Javon Hargrave, Nick Bosa, Eric Armstead, Cleveland Farrell's there now, but Drake Jackson is another guy who rotates in with 3 sacks. Javon Kinlaw was an early draft pick. They also picked up Randy Gregory recently. So they are stacked on the defensive line. So
Nick, I haven't really heard much from Nick Bosa. You don't have his stats in front of you, do you?
He has 2.5 sacks.
2.5?
Yeah, like 6 pressures or something, nothing crazy. It's honestly, I think this past game he was pretty much shut down. So, but it's still Nick Bosa, and anytime to me, those are guys like the T.J. Watts, the Myles Garrett's, Trey Hendrickson. Those are the guys that any given Sunday they could come out there and put up 3 sacks in a game and just wreck it. So, but and this will be a big test because I'm pretty sure he goes up on the side of the line where he'll be facing Jonah a lot of the time.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he does play on the right side.
So that'll be interesting.
Man. Eastgate's smelling like Cincinnati right now.
Woo. Like chili?
What's that mean?
No, like when you're at a tailgate, what do you always smell?
Oh, weed.
That green sticky
parking lot smells like the devil's lettuce.
Parking lot always smells like dope down there.
That guy we had come in last night said he was going to break my jaw. Smelled like he might have been rolling around in it.
Yeah. Chop had one fixated on him. Another guy for them, as far as injury-wise, is Trent Williams. He didn't play this past week. He's questionable to come back. Jerome said, that's me.
Jerome said.
But it'll be interesting. I'd say give Trent another week off. How about you guys?
Yeah, go ahead. Let him take another week off.
He's got the bye coming up.
Week. Yep.
Yeah.
You want him to be there for the final push.
Yeah, you don't need him now. But
I got a buddy of mine that's a 49ers fan that I've been talking shit all week, and he's like, we'll see.
Derek, you don't fucking write the check already, man. You might have cost us the game.
Yeah, if we lose, it's 100% Derek's fault.
You do not write the fucking check already.
He wanted to do a tattoo bet, and I told him I wasn't going that
fucking
far.
Tattoo bet.
Jesus, for a Week 8 game?
He's got a Raiders tattoo, and he's a 49ers fan. That was for a buddy of his that passed away. But he's like, I ain't afraid to put a Bengals tattoo on me.
I was going to say, sounds like a guy who just likes NFL team tattoos.
Yeah. Right? He's going to look like that fucking NFL coat with all the different logos on it.
The he could just get where they have every logo but the Bengals.
Yes.
Just get the shield, man. Just get the NFL shield tattooed on you like Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe, yep.
On your tank.
But what do you think about Burrow under center, Derek? Do you think that means much, or you think that's just kind of what I think? We're still going to be in shotgun mostly, but we're just going to try to mix it in maybe a little more.
Man, I want to see more balance with that. I really do want to see it. Because I want to see more play action game. I think if we can get a little play action, I know he's not comfortable doing it, but with the line we have now, I think if he at least is play action rolling to the right, I think he'll be okay. Rolling to his right, yeah.
Well, if it's Nick Bosa this week, is this the week for that?
Yeah, that's one of those. Or what was it? Gino goes, oh, fuck.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, maybe not this week.
I also like their linebackers, Drake Greenlaw, Fred Warner, obviously. Both of them. I mean, Warner's got, I mean, he's had a beast of a season, 61 tackles, 2 interceptions, and 2 sacks. So a guy who just does a little bit of everything. I mean, I've seen that man, 50 yards downfield on deep routes against wide receivers as a big 240-plus pound linebacker. So he's a very talented guy. So, I mean, they definitely have, a good squad on paper, but obviously, you got to go out there and win. I don't think their offensive line maybe is as good as it's been in the past. Also, same thing with their defensive line when it comes to sack production. Now, I hope that don't change starting this week.
Right.
But that was another stat I had somewhere. Yeah, I think they're like sack percentage. They're way down. It says 27th. I don't know if that's correct or not. That would be really far down.
Yeah. People that tell me that we're going to be playing a team pissed off after 2 losses, I said, well, then the next team is going to be really weird when they're playing a team that's got 3 losses.
Yeah.
We're going to San Francisco, and we're going to fucking win that game.
Yeah. I sure hope we do. We need it, man. I think that's get us over 500. That would be a good statement game on the road because, I mean, the Niners, they're going to be back. They have too much talent on that team to not be. They've had a couple rough games, but it's the NFL. Who hasn't? We've seen upsets all season long.
24-17.
And one thing you gotta remember is people are starting, the national people, I've already seen it, are the 49ers contenders or pretenders?
Yeah.
So,
they always do that, man. It's like after a couple games, either way, it's like, man, it's a long season. There's 17 games now, not 16.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, we're not even halfway through the season yet. Thank God.
And it's getting hot at the right time. We've seen it. We've done it. We've been that team.
Every year.
Every year I guess we can't say every year. The past 2 years.
Past 2 years.
Well, that's what I mean. When I say every year, I'm going every year with Joe that he didn't get hurt.
Yeah. Man, I would love to see it continue with the Super Bowl win this year, too.
As far as Joe being under center, to me, I'm like, yes, please. Come on, man. You got to get under center. You got to mix it up. You can't run the fucking shotgun all the time.
Let's see the tush push one time.
No, that's now the brotherly shove.
I was about to say, did you guys see that fucking bullshit? They're doing the brotherly shove. Like
the brotherly shove.
I don't care what they call it. I mean, it's a fucking quarterback sneak. Like
quarterback sneak, right?
Yeah. I just thought it was funny that they started calling it that, and I'm like, hey, that's fun, But we got the no fun league.
This is tush push fun.
Hey, Foxy.
I like to push a little tush every now and then.
Yeah, I ain't pushed a tush in fucking years. Closest I got is putting shots in someone's tush.
Well, Foxy, that's why you're going to be there live and in person, so you can keep Ron Tolbert's dumbass in line. You just tell him. Just tell him. Just start yelling at him and be like, I'm going to kill you if you officiate this game.
Well, so after the NFL came out and they talked about how the fucking officials were for Cleveland, how do you think the officials like across the whole NFL are going to be officiating this week? Because
shout out Jim Irsay, man.
Maybe just let them play a little bit. You think they just let them play a little bit more or whatever?
Man, I don't expect it to change.
I don't expect it to change either. Especially wearing these Bengals colors, I don't expect it to change.
No.
If I was Kansas City and they said, we're going to crack down on this officiating, they're going to be like, oh, fuck. That's not good.
I haven't seen that, but I don't know if the interview was out, especially by the time we came on air. If anybody in the chat knows different, but for the podcast listeners, got a question. Did they ask Zach about making Tanner Hudson active? I know they kind of talked to him a bit about last week, and he didn't really say one way or the other. He kind of gave he's performed decent when he's been up, but they can still, without making him like full time on the roster, they can still promote him one more time from the practice squad. So before having to make that decision to bring him up, where they'd have to put him on the active 53, I would do it. I would bring him up, but I'd have him on the active 53 too. I'd have him playing. I had him as starting tight end.
So would I. At this point, I'm tired of hoping that Irv's going to do something. Be honest. I want to be optimistic all the time, but I'm just tired of waiting for it. And I've seen Hudson go out there and catch some balls. So
it
Andy
sounds
blocks.
like, with it being Wednesday and the short week, sounds like, speculation is that, and the way Schefter said it, that Purdy may be basically out for this game.
So who plays us if Purdy's out? Allen?
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold? Oh, I mean, I don't want to say
I know, because
I don't want to say anything bad, man.
I really feel like, okay, we should be able to do some work against Sam Darnold.
We don't want to say that shit out loud.
Every time these freaking backup quarterbacks come in against us and have like the freaking game of their life, and it's like, where did that come from? And then Mike White, the Mike White Jets game. Good gosh. And that we got that man paid. He got like $20 million somewhere. He's
no shit, man.
He's
we ought to start some kind of charity in Cincinnati.
He should. He owes it to the city.
Exactly.
But yeah, I don't. If Purdy's not playing, I hate to jinx that, but man, you're down your starting quarterback who has shown flashes and been the best they've had. And then if Darnold gets hurt, you're down to Brandon Allen coming in for them. But once again, Christian McCaffrey makes every quarterback look so much better. And they run the ball a ton.
Exactly.
They run the ball like 50% of like a little over 50% of the time. That's insane. It's by far number one in the NFL.
And he's hurt. He's going to play out the rest of this season hurt too, Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, most likely.
Oh, look, now we're going to watch Derek die live on the air.
Nope.
Eyes on the road.
There we go. There we got it.
I was saying it sounds like Purdy is pretty much out from the way they kind of said it, I guess, is what people were saying. So if he's out, me and Chop not want to jinx it because of how backup quarterbacks have done against us.
Oh, God.
Where they just
they'll bring in
the best
Josh
game
Johnson.
of their life.
If I'm going on the record, I'm saying that if he's out, we're in trouble because their backups are doing pretty decent.
Yeah. But once again, like, it's just Christian McCaffrey, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's the 49ers.
Yeah. And
George
Kittle, Ayuk, but
their average yard per target will be like 1.3 yards. Or air yards per target or whatever it is.
Hey, look, Kelly says CMC 150 yards. I don't think so. I don't think so. Especially with Purdy out. Man, our guys are going to be teed up on fucking stopping that run, and we've done it before. We do it again. I don't agree with that 150 yards.
Yeah. So Schefter's wording was Brock Purdy is now unlikely to play. That's how he worded it. And it says, so Derek, I mean, I guess maybe CTB wasn't in that same week. I don't know how that went down. Seemed like he was, but it says no NFL player placed in a concussion protocol has played the same week. The last player in concussion protocol who played the same week was 2022. Kenny Pickett had a concussion in week 6.
Oh, little tiny
cleared
hands.
to play in week 7.
Okay. Yeah, I thought there's maybe CTB. I think if I remember correctly, they said he was showing symptoms or something, so they just checked him out. Maybe. I don't know.
Who? Brock Purdy? The symptoms? Is that who you're talking about, Derek?
No, who did I say?
No, I didn't know. That's why I was asking. You were saying something about checking him out because it was only symptoms.
Yeah. Juice.
Oh.
Yeah, he must not have been in the official year. I'm guessing that's what it is because, I mean, there was something where he was, we thought he was, but that's my guess.
Or was it next week the bye week?
No.
It wasn't that, or it wasn't a couple weeks ago?
Yeah. Get your question ready, Crep. He wants to ask Chop a question. Famous segment of Ask Chop Anything.
Yeah. Which actually, I have a question for you guys, and this isn't pertaining to. I guess it kind of is pertaining to San Fran, but I was wanting to ask what your thoughts were on possibly bringing in Sue.
Isn't he like 40?
You already talk about it.
No, we haven't.
He's like 32, I think.
What? And Dominican Sue?
I don't want him.
Yeah.
I don't think he fits our locker room.
If he's 32, I'll suck your dick.
I'm looking at
Look it up.
I am. I'm looking it up right now.
I want that payout.
He's 36.
Oh, now Derek, now you got to go suck Dale's dick.
I didn't make that bet.
Oh, I heard it. The bet was made.
Yeah. Can't wait. Like,
yeah.
Where Scott said,
can't wait.
Can't wait.
I think that was a Gregor bet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Greg, he's probably halfway done up at this
Greg's
point.
got a cock in his mouth right now, probably.
Greg's he's gonna get off.
It's one of them Pacific Island cocks he's got.
What's the odds that Greg has a restraining order after tonight by Yoshi?
Fucking 99%.
And then he can't even go. Can he go to the game since he sits in the 300s?
Right.
I think
is that far enough away from the field, the restraining order where Greg's seat is? Oh.
But yeah, I think Sue's done. I do. I think he's washed, but I mean he's still produced when he's come in late in seasons before.
Let me ask you this. Let's say he's not. Let's say it's an option. Does that guy fit our locker room? No.
I think he's settled down a lot from like the beginning of the years of
Leopard can't change its spots there, Derek.
Yeah. I don't think I want him, man. There's younger guys, because to be honest, Zach Carter's not getting it done. That's why I said like a Danico Autry or somebody at defensive tackle, and that's no knock on BJ Hill. I think BJ Hill's playing great. We just need another guy to rush the passer, and maybe that's Miles Murphy. Maybe he starts getting some more snaps on the interior.
Yeah.
If that happens, then
we win Sunday, everybody gets a taint shocking with a cattle prod. Bend over, boys.
Got to do it.
Cattle prod to the taint. That's even better than the Tiger Bomb.
Isn't that what you said we needed?
To the ass before.
Yeah, we need a shock to we need to go in there and everybody needs to put a little Tiger Bomb on their taint pre-game.
Let's get back to what Derek said.
What did Derek say?
That he got a cattle prod to the ass?
Yeah.
Why?
Because we had one when we used to have this bull that anytime you were trying to move him, you'd have to get the cattle prod out because you didn't want to be anywhere close to him when you were trying to get him to go. And he was almost like a donkey, man. He just would not go wherever you wanted him to. So we had to get the cattle prod out. And me and my cousin were out there fucking around with it one night. And he just freaking zapped me right in the ass with it.
Yeah.
You motherfuckers think I got good stories. He's out there getting cattle prods to the ass. Oh, man. Chris, you better get a question ready for Derek now.
This farm segment was brought to you by Hillshire Farm.
Well, let me tell you about my cattle prod and incident. One time, me and my cousin, not the one I was fucking, the other cousin.
Well, I did. The one time we did.
That's my
but
first
it's okay because she's my second cousin on my mother's side, and so that's legal here on the east side here in Ohio. Yeah.
What is it? What was it? Was it White Chicks? Not White Chicks, but where the girl was like, "No, you have your cousin and your first cousin."
Yeah.
Oh fuck! What movie was that?
I don't remember.
Both, Chris.
Chris says cattle prod. Coddle. What the fuck?
Cattle prod. That's back to the other cousin. The
yeah. On the ass or in the ass, Derek? Because there's a big difference.
On the ass, on the cheek.
Straight up in that sun.
Yeah. Did you ever piss on the electric fence too?
Yep.
God damn it!
See what it do.
What the fuck, Derek?
It did not feel very good.
Oh my God!
So with electric fences, you
I
have
knew,
one wire.
I knew those kids weren't his. His shit don't even work.
On electric fences, you have one wire that's like your ground wire that's not electric, or there's no electricity that flows through it. And I thought I had the right one, and I was trying to get my cousin to do it.
Why the fuck?
And
oh, you were trying to trick him into doing it.
I was trying to trick him into doing it, and I hit the wrong one.
So once again, you're out there with your cousin with your dick out.
Yeah. There's a lot of these stories where Derek is getting prodded in the ass.
His cousin like zapped him in the ass, and then they got their dicks out.
Well, mine's small enough he couldn't see it.
Oh my God.
I think we were probably 9 or 10 years old at the time. We were 15
now.
I got a bunch of farm stories, man.
I'll bet the fuck you do. You've been noodling?
That is one thing you will never get me to noodle. Fuck that shit.
Okay. Why
Are they really? James Rapine, I don't give a fuck. James, I said, these look great, but the pandas were undefeated. He said he was never wearing pandas.
Shut the fuck up, man.
And then Glenn Goodberry said, Panda is just a nickname for a colorway. Various black and white models get acknowledged as Panda often, as where the current colorway may get called SBB or shattered backboard. I don't know. Either way, we're calling them fucking pandas, James
fucking
Rapine.
black pandas, motherfucker.
Derek, talk shit about James Rapine again. We had made peace
I talked enough shit. I talked enough shit to James Rapine. I love that guy, though.
I mean, I honestly don't give a shit what they're called. I'm going to call them the pandas. I'm not a fucking sneakerhead.
Right.
I have no idea. I can't afford to be a sneakerhead. But
no.
They look to me, black and white shoes, I would call them panda.
The black and white shoes that resemble Air Jordan 1s. The black pandas. Yeah, man. I was just talking about that last night. I said something about the black pandas, and I said, I'm telling you, like, Bengals fans are going to be watching that game, and if Joe runs out on that field and he ain't got them black pandas on, I swear to God.
Well, in practice, he didn't. That's what I'm talking about, since you were probably...
He's saving them for game day.
He wore them
but
in practice,
if I stood outside my house that day when the game started and he wasn't wearing them black pandas, I bet you I could hear a sigh like, oh, collectively in the city. And we talked to Orlando, and I'm sure that Orlando went right to him.
Pretty sweet that he's wearing. Like, I like what he's wearing. I just said I'm conflicted because I like those, but he's undefeated in the pandas.
Now I'm conflicted, Dale, because I like those too, but I need them black pandas. You can't get rid of them until you lose.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What if he wears those and we lose? Then I swear to God, if he don't wear the pandas,
he has to wear the pandas
every time.
Well, he's a superstitious guy, so
it's like the if I wear jersey and we win, I don't wash the jersey.
Well, Rapine had said in the original tweet, like, they could be new cleats, but it all could also maybe he got them like colored that way. So maybe they're still like.
He could have just sent them out and got them painted orange.
I don't know.
Does that
then
work
we can't call them pandas. We can't incorrectly call them pandas. Then.
Now they got to be orange pandas, orange and black pandas.
We're gonna call them orange pandas and really piss people off.
Yeah. Comment on James Rapine thing. Orange pandas.
I'm gonna be like, yeah. Well, clearly those are orange pandas, James.
Yeah, clearly they're orange, Glenn.
Yeah, I'll put under both of theirs, and I'll be like, this is clearly an orange pandas, right?
They're the tiger pandas. Tiger pandas.
All right, fellas. I gotta go in here. My kid's sick, so he's at the doctor's office. I gotta go in here.
Oh, that's terrible, man. I hope he feels better.
Yeah, I don't know that. I mean, he hasn't been acting bad, but he just you know how Declan gets, Dale, when he like starts getting dark around the eyes when he starts feeling bad, and then all of a sudden it's just bad. So prayers for my little baby boy.
Your buddy. Hope he's doing all right.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll talk more on this Friday. We'll talk a little. We're gonna talk some betting. We'll talk some.
You're cutting out.
Fucking.
Yeah. We'll talk to you later.
The show quit on him before he quit on us today.
That's true. But yeah, man, I'm probably going to end it here. I'm pissed off about this whole panda debate, and I'm going to get on Twitter and complain.
All right.
Fight and argue with people.
Well,
I don't.
You know what? I can go up and take a poop and get my shower, wash my taint, get it ready for a cattle prod. You think we could make a contest out of anybody that's more redneck than fucking Derek?
I mean, I'm sure there's some out there, but he compete.
If there is, I guarantee their parents were related before marriage. It has to be, right? This man has done everything that I can think of redneck. I bet at 10 years old, when he was standing by that fence pissing on it, he had a wad of fucking beech nut chewing tobacco in his mouth.
All right. Well, I just can't focus. I can't.
I know you're focused on them black pandas.
Well,
take the war to
it. What am I supposed to call it? If I'm not going to call them pandas, what am I going to? Because then if I just say, "Oh, there's Oreo shoes," they're not called Oreos. They're not
Oreos.
When we said panda, did everybody know what we were talking about? Yeah.
Yes.
They know exactly what we were talking about.
That's right, James Rapine. They knew the black pandas. And when I said it to Orlando Brown, he knew what we were talking about.
Yeah, he didn't.
It's the motherfucking black pandas.
God, what a dick. Go to Built Bar.
Greg needs bail money for tonight. That's
true.
You're gonna get ready for a 2-hour drive to bail his ass out.
I ain't got time. Yeah, John's gonna be at work, and I'm too far away, so I'm putting the phone off the hook, man.
Here's an idea. Greg can just tell me suicidal, and they'll bring him to me instead.
Hey, even though you're a Steeler fan, thank you for agreeing with us.
That's what I'm saying. Every once in a while, he makes sense, and then he talks shit. He'll say something about Kenny Pickett being the MVP.
Yeah, that's when we just can't. We can go with a lot of stuff, but that one,
right?
That was too far.
No,
but appreciate y'all tuning in. Go out and buy you some pandas. Enjoy your day. We'll see you all.